Call meeting to order. Would you please rise, salute the flag, followed by invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Father, we thank you for this season. Thank you for the rain. Everything's nice and green. Everybody's happy. We ask that you bless this meeting, bless these members, so that it is good for the benefit of this association. In Jesus' name, amen. Have you guys had a chance to look over the minutes from the previous meeting?
Yes.
Take a motion to approve those.
Make a motion, we approve them.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Finance.
Okay. Finance report's going to be pretty easy. We have three categories that are in the plus, and all the rest are in the minus. Snack bar's a little up from last year. We didn't lose as much money as we did last year. Yeah.
We're working on it.
Yeah. Of course, the other, which includes assessment, we're up, and one more. There's another one. Codes enforcement and miscellaneous. We're up. So total, we're down about $78,000 from last year at the same time. Last year we were 201,000 positive, and this year we're 122,000 positive. So there's a copy up there. If you didn't get one, you can take a look at it. If you got any questions, that's it.
Tracy.
All right, as always, I'm going to start with assessments are now past due, and they are accruing late fees. If your assessments have not been paid, you're not a member in good standing, therefore you're not able to use any of the amenities, you cannot participate in recreational events, and will not be allowed to be on a committee. As of yesterday, 65% of owned lots are paid in full. 24% of owned lots only owe for this year, and 11% of owned lots have been turned over to the lawyer for collection. So we are making some leeway on assessments. We have it posted on the website, but Sugar Valley Clubhouse will be closing at 2 o'clock on Saturday for some more improvements. We'll make a post when it's back up and going. We're shooting for Thursday. We did get the interior of the clubhouse painted, and it looks really nice. Once we get done with these improvements over here, over there, we're gonna come over here and start looking at some improvements for Hidden Valley Clubhouse. The shunt trip breakers that were supposed to be here on May 1st for the kitchen. Of course, the back order got put out where it was gonna be longer, where they said May 31st. And they couldn't guarantee that. So we've got some more people involved in it, and we found a different route that we can take. So we had ordered 3 contactors that will be performing the same as the shunt trip breakers, only they're easier to get as I got them all delivered yesterday. And it also saved us $800 going that route as opposed to the shunt trip breakers. So we're going to get those in while they're doing these improvements to the clubhouse, and then we'll have Keller come out and finish the ANSOL system, and then we'll be ready to go live with the new kitchen. The spring cleaning event that we did in April, huge success. We hauled off 6.7 tons of landfill items, 2.1 tons of tires. We'd like to thank Lynn County for providing the roll-offs and for hauling them off. And I'd also like to thank anybody that volunteered to help, whether it was unloading down there or hauling for other people or just going around and picking stuff up. I've seen a lot more volunteer work going on, and it's great. It's becoming contagious. The road grader is heading over to Hidden Valley next week to start working on roads. We've got that in place.
Can I say something before you go further? What's he gonna blade? We don't have any out.
Well, get some of that hauled over here too. But we're gonna be working on the roads.
Approximately how much?
I don't know, we'll figure that out once we get over here and we assess it.
We've already brought 200 ton over here.
I know it's all.
Well, it's gotta be pulled up. You know, you gotta pull it up and then roll it back in.
So, and then on the golf course, our maintenance guys have been top dressing the greens and filling all the divots and smoothing them out. We are gonna be cutting holes next week and the greens will be open. For golfing, we're gonna continue to spray fertilizer on them and you will continue to see more growth, but they really are coming around and shaping up. And then on my way over here today, our pool guy showed up and he was getting the pool uncovered, getting it ready for the season, and it will be ready to go Memorial Day weekend.
I have a question. Is there gonna be railings going down the steps?
We do not have one in there, but we can look into that and see.
That means I'm not gonna be able to start I won't be able to start. Okay.
But we
Down
will,
what steps?
You know, like the steps in the pool,
There needs to be one anyway.
is the
Yeah.
handrails that.
I was trying to think if there was one there last
year. Walking down.
Down the stairs.
Okay.
was there one in there last year?
I don't
I'm trying to,
remember.
there wasn't? Okay.
I
Well,
just don't remember.
we'll look into it, because we need to have one in there.
Well, I think it would help, I mean, I'm not handicapped, but it will help people that maybe, you know,
Yeah.
get in and out. That's just a thought. Sorry, I interrupted.
You're fine. And that's all I have.
Any old business?
Mhm.
All right,
It needs to be on
new, executive session. We've got, need to talk about architectural committee, need to talk about pump truck, and Darren wants 5 minutes, so, I'm guessing we're gonna be 15 to 20,
Say 20 minutes.
no longer than 20, okay? Take a motion.
Make a motion, we go to executive session for 20 minutes.
Second.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye. Darren, why don't you stay out and I'll holler at you when we're done with the first part.
We were trying to get out late, I saw some cars, and we had to stop.
Meeting will come back to order. Dave. Quiet, please. Dave, go ahead.
During executive session, we had a discussion about the designation of front and back on lakefront lots, golf courses. I will make a motion to eliminate number 47 in our definitions and any other definition or regulation that impacts along with it.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That explains what
Any
that
other new business that we need to bring up? Katie Bowers. There she is.
What do you know? Thank you guys for having me. I am neighbors with Warren, and he and I have been discussing this. The lake has been very welcoming, so thank you, Warren. We are full-time residents now as of a month, and he's discussing wanting to sell bait, live bait, and giving approving the license for such for small businesses in the past. And so I just wanted to put it before you guys if we are allowed to own small businesses within the HOA. Tracy and I had a small discussion. She thought that was maybe misconstrued or something like that. So I just wanted to bring it forth to see if that was possible and acceptable. Thank you.
Did you look up, I asked you to look up about signage.
Signage, you can have signage, I mean, that's what it says.
Can't have signage.
Yeah, that's the
I
only.
thought it limited the size or something.
No.
That's the only thing, I mean, as far as small businesses, as long as you have a ID number for that business, you know, showing that you are actually in business, yes.
I believe that as long as you don't compete with.
As long as you're not
Association.
competing with the association,
That
so
makes sense.
we don't sell bait.
Do I need to provide that ID number to you guys?
Pardon me?
Do I need to provide the ID?
Please do, just get to
I think
Tracy.
it needs to go in front of the architectural committee. Probably needs to go in front of the architectural committee is what the plan is, or kind of draw it out what you want to do.
Okay.
That'd be good, and then, but I don't see a problem with it.
It's gonna be very small operation.
There you go. Nick? Yeah. Where'd Nick go? There he is. You're up.
So, the compactor, I had a fairly good discussion with you about it. Do we, at night, start locking it up? Sure, or maybe pay somebody to sit in there and watch it?
Are you here as a member, or are you here as a county employee at this time? Huh?
I'm a member of the HOA.
But I mean,
I'm as a member.
okay.
Can I speak on that?
Yeah, it's open for discussion.
Back in the day, the trash compactor used to be locked up at 6 or 7 at night. What's the purpose? To keep, I don't know. Just to keep them-
So they can dump it outside
And then it was
today.
also closed on Sundays, because my husband and I thought that was really wrong, because most people are leaving on Sundays, they camp out, which we were at the time. And I don't know, I just wanted to bring that up, that if they did have it that way at one time, and they also had it where they were paying somebody.
And the sign that's posted on it says it's 7 to 7.
You do have a security guard that can lock it out.
Cameras.
So Nick, what's the problem? What's going on down there? Is it just,
They're throwing stuff in there that don't belong in there. The other day, I was down there pulling tires out.
I don't think that's a 7 PM problem.
No, it's not. It happens just as much during the day as it does at night. We actually, I believe, issued our first fine today. Everybody knows it.
I believe that's why it's supposed to be supervised.
Yeah.
That's not a, that's a state thing.
So just a personal opinion from living here and what I've seen, I feel like, yes, that sounds like a good idea to solve the problem, but then how much is the association gonna pay for cleanup for everything that people dump outside the streets after hours? Look, just this spring cleanup. Somebody
Okay.
wanted scrap and they broke the gate.
So I think we've already got the problem partway solved. We have a camera on it.
Yeah.
We've already started finding for that kind of stuff, Dick. So she's working on that now. To lock it up, I don't know if that's something we want to do or not. That's up to Tracy.
The only solution would be put somebody at it, and that's gonna cost money.
That's cost money.
Well, why don't you go after those people that owe their back assessment fees and make them work hours?
They don't work.
I just want to say something, on that bridge. I was going down 300 Road about a month ago, and I saw a pickup truck loaded with trash, and he turned left on Payne Road. Now, where do you think he was going?
Anyone else? You guys wanna make a decision? Sorry, Sherry. Raise your hand. About trash.
Trash.
What?
We're still on.
Yeah, we're on trash.
We're not, no, we're in new business. Sorry.
Close it. I'm like, wait a minute.
I know you have something you want to say. Big person on, okay? Anything else on the trash compactor?
Not everybody works 8 to 5, so when you close it at certain hours and on the weekends, that eliminates some people from being able to use it.
If we can get everybody to keep an eye on it, we all see it. When they go by and they're loaded up with stuff, you know where they're headed. I mean, they go by your place, they go by our place. You can see it. Let's just give Mark the heads up. We're gonna start finding it in the store. I mean, we've gotta stop it. I understood that there was somebody that wasn't even in the HOA from somewhere else. I think it was, or was it?
Yeah. Prescott.
You did, Prescott, that came over there and dumped. And they found out they got us from Prescott and they don't even have a place there, so.
Wow.
We have to watch.
You have to watch them in here too, just as well.
Well, so the picture that Sherry put on there of all the trash, you found out who it was, is that the Prescott people or did it?
No, man, it was somebody else.
So they don't own property,
No, they don't know.
but they don't live out there permanent? They don't live out there full time? They live there full time and dump that whole pile of shit?
They
Well,
miss,
I say,
they miss
I
cleanup.
can't say it's all from them, a lot of it, the one thing a person needs to understand is, people do throw bags out there, well, in 2 to 4 hours, when you've got 15 cats and 4 coons going through it, it looks totally different than what they left. And some of it can be thrown on top, don't get me wrong, but even then, what do? They're not dumping it illegally, they're just being lazy. So do we fine them for being lazy?
I like the kid bouncing thing that was sitting there in that picture.
That I didn't see who left, because it was kind of off to the side. That was that wasn't the same people, I don't think.
So you say you've already sent fines out, what type of fines and for what?
$50 fines for illegal dumping.
That didn't own property out there?
No, these are members that might have thrown tires in there or thrown something that doesn't belong, and we've caught them on camera without a doubt. This is who did it, and they're getting fined.
Well, when I see the trucks driving by, I get in my truck and chase their ass.
I know.
And find out what's going on, and I think that's what everybody else should do too.
I agree.
Okay.
Next weekend is Memorial Day weekend. Keep an eye out. Let's watch our own place. I mean, even there.
Go ahead.
Some people, they don't even live there, but they bought a lot, really throw the trash out here. They bring it in from home, or throw it in there all the time.
Right. But it's different if it's somebody that owns a lot and pays dues and somebody that doesn't even own a lot and doesn't pay dues.
Yeah. These people, I'm pretty sure they pay their dues on their lot. the location, then you throw trash in there. And they don't even have enough now to do the lawn.
Right.
Darcy Wilson, Sugar Valley, I have a question, I mean, Mark had a good, had a good point, I mean, once the cats go through, is there any way to do anything about the cat situation down there? I mean, I don't mean to be inhumane, but we do have people that like to feed them, and that is what's making them multiply, which gets those cats and ripping the crap out of the trash. So it would be nice if we could get rid of those cats.
Shelley,
We're doing stuff about dogs and stuff about.
you had talked about, the lady in town was gonna set traps for them.
Regina's was all on board, but everything, she's gotten so full
Okay.
this spring. She wasn't able to assist Kathy with Sheba and the puppies. Basically, right now, as far as all the strays and everything goes, we're out of the field and on our own to donate.
Quiet, please. One at a time.
So unless we can find somewhere local that will take these feral cats, our hands are tied on. I mean, none of us can take these feral cats in.
Yes.
This is on, same thing, but, you think that during the holidays, we can get an extra dumpster down there? Because it seems like all on the holidays, it gets packed up.
You can't.
I mean, that's,
What's the cost?
that would be something I
What
would
a big
have
dumpster cost
to
in the
check
county.
with the county.
You know?
Or an extra dump, like dump Saturday and Monday or something.
Yeah, we'll have to run
Campgrounds
that.
and stuff
with-
that, it gets really full.
Sure.
Real quick. So if we got something extra that we can throw it into where our people don't have to spend the next week for getting it cleaned up.
Yes.
Okay, anything else? Committee reports? Oh, sorry. We're not open yet. Committee reports?
I have one, sir.
Yes, sir.
Security guard over here, and we are having on 27th, Memorial Weekend, festivity. And it's gonna be awesome. We got, starts at 1 o'clock, we have cornhole, horseshoes, we have cakewalk, we have kids games, and we have a live band that night. We have the boat sisters from here, it's like bluegrass, and we also have Colorado Country Club Band, that starts at 3 to 11. And we invite everyone to come out and have a great time and support us. And I'm also looking for donations. That's all I got.
Thank you. Sounds like a good time. Huh?
We get your trailers and put bands on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure. You got
Oh,
clean.
yeah. He said I didn't mention food. We're gonna have pulled pork. It'll be pulled pork sandwich, chips, and drink, and butter.
He said you had to clean it. He said you had to clean it.
Wait,
The trailer.
I heard that. Talking food here. Thank you.
Earl Camp, Hidden Valley Lakes Committee. We're working with Mick Hayes over here. Thank you very much, Mick, and Scott Biggerstaff. We're gonna try to restock all our lakes this year the best we can. They're gonna monitor the weeds and things over there and the 7-acre lake, and what they did last year. It just really didn't work well. The guy was very concerned about things. If you put too much stuff in, you kill all your fish, and we don't wanna do that. So anyway, we're gonna try to have some small fundraisers and ask for donations, and we're gonna try to stock both big lakes, catfish, and maybe crappie. And we'll see if anybody wants something else, but we're gonna try, we wanna put out some donation jars over there, do these things. And we're looking for like a September stocking anyway, that's where we're working at. We're gonna get back together and do some more things and see if we can improve fishing and all that.
Thank you.
Anyone want to add something?
Scott Biggerstaff, Sugar Valley Lakes, Lake Committee. I've been talking with both lake committees and also some folks from the 7 Acre Lake. We've done some research, several different people, and we've all pretty much come to the same conclusion. We need to put some grass carp in that lake. We think we can do it fairly inexpensive. It should be between $800 and $1,000 to put in.
How many do they recommend for a 7 acre lake?
70 to 140, depending on how.
We never put that much in this lake, did we?
No, we didn't.
But 70 is what's recommended for a ringed 7 acre pond with.
Really?
Yeah, I think that might have been why it had been successful, but even at $875, they have to be hybrids. Have to be hybrids, and you can get 8 to 10 inch ones for the same people that we get the other fish from. I haven't been able to find anybody that can exactly nail down how much we spend on chemicals, but I bet it was at least that much, if not more. And then the thought is that somewhere down the road, in a few years, if they do what they're supposed to do, we can harvest some of those out and maybe even put them in some of the other lakes.
They say that once they get to a certain size, they don't eat anyway.
Pardon me?
I said, I
That's
got the
true.
information on what was paid for.
Right.
Yeah.
But that just sounds like a hell of a lot of grass carp to me.
Yeah.
I mean, for a 7 acre lake.
There's a lot of weeds in that lake.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, that still sounds like a lot.
Yeah, it's recommendations we've got I've got it on paper from K-State. And several other people have found the same information, and I've worked with them.
I'm not gonna deny it, it just sounds like a lot compared to what
Yeah.
we've done in the past on other lakes.
But that's still pretty cheap. It's a lot cheaper to put chemicals in.
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper and safer than work. Chemicals in it.
I like the idea of the carp, but.
So, if the association could give us some money to pay for that out of the lake's budget, it'd be great. If not, we'll do something different. That's the direction we're headed. What?
We get part of it.
Sure. You'll only be able to do half of it. We'll make something work.
What we'd like to do is put that in out of the budget and then save the donations for the sport fishing, but if we have to do it donation only or donation for part of it, we'll do that too. But I'd like to get that started with them as soon as possible.
What's up? You want to make that one? You want to do 2,000? You don't want to ask us for all.
We got 500 left.
Just take that out of what we're paying for lake treatment. Didn't we include lake treatments though, in our budget?
No, we didn't get it in there.
I know you have a line item that just says lakes, and I don't know exactly what that's
Well, there's a lake expense.
I think I was told it was $11,000 total,
Yeah, a
but
lake expense of $11,000, so what?
I don't know what that's traditionally been in the past, that's why I'm asking.
$11,000, this is lake expense.
Yes, gonna make a motion to probably give you $875 of it.
Perfect.
I'll second.
And how soon can you?
There's at least a 3-week lead time once the order's put in, and if they're in stock, we'll check on that, see how quick we can get it done, but there doesn't seem to be any limitations as far as season like there is on some of the other fish, so we should be able to get those in.
Are you talking about duns?
Yeah,
Okay, it's 3 to 6 weeks.
3 to 6 weeks, I'm sorry.
3 to 6 weeks. And so.
There are some other people that, I checked
Well,
3
and
different
they-
sources, so.
I mean, and there are.
You can get them wherever you want to. My thought is we need to get them in there.
Yes, absolutely, that's why I wanted to get it settled. You're exactly
All in
right.
favor? Aye. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Very good.
Audit committee is going to meet on May 25th at 9 o'clock at the clubhouse. We have 4 new members that I have to train.
3 of them have gotten back with me. I have good contact information. They'll be there. I haven't got a hold of the 4th person yet. We'll do the financial statements and all the records from January, February, March, and April. And then I will bring the report to the members in the June meeting.
For the publicity committee, I think, say the word. We have worked on getting the sign up front with the at Sugar Valley Lakes. Last month, we got that all done up in the front with work with the beautification committee. So it's nice and done up there with a lot of new signage up there. We are also working on the quarterly newsletters that come out. Everybody's been asking for quarterly newsletters. Give us some time to keep on working on those. We're asking for comments from the members from both Sugar Valley and Hidden Valley on things that they'd like with Raffle, things you guys enjoy, those kind of things. We did turn off the comments on Facebook, so then it doesn't blow up on the Facebook pages. So you guys can just message me or actually invite on that. Also, we are working getting pictures for the calendars for next year. We sold, I think, 130.
135 so far.
Yeah, and then we just printed off another 75 because the clubhouse at Sugar Valley was completely empty except for I think 15 left. So they were only $1 this year because they came out very late. It was last minute thought process of, hey, let's get something out there. It has all the events in there. It has meetings in there. Those kind of things. Next year we're going to do a little bit more. But it worked out well for all of us, I think. But we would like pictures from the members, so we can put that in there. We want the people and not just the lakes. So if you guys can all help us out, we appreciate it. Those need to be in by November, so we can go ahead and get it done for January.
I would highly recommend getting one of those. I got one, and it's got good information on it, and got good pictures.
It has every rec event, board meeting, bingo night.
Nice to have that.
Also, if like the rec committee, the rec people that go to the events, if people can get us pictures of the events that you guys attend from Hidden Valley and Sugar Valley, if you guys can get us pictures, that would be great for the newsletters as well, because we do like to have a page dedicated to the rec committees of all the events that we do. We think that's important to show everybody what we do.
I submitted over 100 pictures of the Easter egg.
Yes, I have those on the movie.
We're shuffling through those.
I have.
That newsletter. Easter egg hunt. We do appreciate it. We just kind of took things that we could find on Facebook and stuff and kind of put it on this last newsletter. That's it.
I do have something.
You got something on that too?
No, I.
You got a committee report?
Completely different.
Huh?
I want to ask about the golf course.
Well, that's an open.
Okay.
That's not a
right there.
committee report.
We're still on committees.
We're in committee
We're in
reports.
committee reports.
So I just,
We'll get to you.
I'm sorry.
I just want to touch base on the summer camping permits and the rules and regulations. There's a subcommittee now that is handling the approval of those summer camping permits. Be sure that when you fill out those applications are completely filled. License plates, years of its license, model numbers, locations, all of that information. If you do not have that information, it will be kicked back to you to ask for that information. And then don't get upset if we do ask you for the information that's on the application that you originally filled out. But to date, that subcommittee has processed 27 total summer camping permits. 24 of those were from Sugar Valley, only 3 of those was from Hidden Valley, and there are 2 that are currently pending approval.
I have a question on that, Dave. If somebody has a camper and does summer camper permits, do they have the same camper every year? Do they have to supply the same information every
Same
year?
photo.
Okay.
And by the way, that's way less than the number of
That's
campers.
way less than the number of campers.
Way less.
Yeah.
But we were talking about a good way to get the rules and regulations and all the bylaws and everything out to all members. And so we're thinking on permits, if everyone's required to give an email address, then it's no cost to send those out. Do you know if that field is even on there?
Yeah.
I think at one time we had an email list that was, I don't know how accurate it had been, or, we've kicked around things. The publicity committee has talked about putting a booklet together once the rules and regulations are done with their end, and making it available.
Those programs are at least a good spot to get people for it.
Well, we're working on it, and they are online, so I mean, I think people forget about that.
Yeah.
Okay, any other committees? Architecture?
Just wanted to mention, our committee has received and approved, after working with people, some modification, over 20 permits thus far this year. We've got one pending right now. We will immediately take into impact to change the definition. Thank you, David. The other thing I would mention, which is particularly important, I think, tonight, because Warren is our committee as a board representative, thank you. But he is the only person from Hidden Valley on the committee. So if anybody would like to be on that committee, please let me, I think you don't think that probably. But let Tracy know, I would really appreciate, a lot of sites was previously on my page. I really appreciate someone here. Because I try to get over here fairly often, I've been a sugar about for 15 years, but I am not employed with this community because I am back. So I really rely on Rod to help with that, and I need that assistance.
The other thing, we're doing that mostly by email.
Yes, yes.
So it's not like you gotta travel. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, open forum, as always, got to be paid up, never in good status. State your name, what lake you're from, you have 2 minutes. She was first up there, sorry.
I'm Linda.
I know, I thought I took care of her. I'm sorry, go ahead, Linda. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I guess you got my name, right? Linda Merle from Hidden Valley. Okay, I notice here we have a lot of rules that have been put into effect with what the committees are wanting to collect as for these different bad things that people are doing. I have a question. How are we planning on enforcing these rules? This is a question I've been asking for 15 years. We have a problem enforcing the rules. And among those rules are stickers, kids driving. I saw a child, and I'm talking about a very small child, on a little motorcycle over the weekend. We're on a main road, so we see everything that they're talking. And this little kid went by, he couldn't have been more than 4 or 5 years old, and there wasn't an adult in sight. We've got to start doing that.
Did you call security?
Yeah, did you call security?
By the time security gets there, they're gonna be gone. Yeah. It doesn't do any good to call security. Okay, I'm gonna also ask if you are going to fine people for letting their dogs roam. If I run across a dog, how do I know who that dog belongs to? So there's no way for anybody to know.
Right.
So you can't really fine people if you don't know who the dog belongs to.
Well, that dog's gonna show up somewhere before
I
dark.
have a solution for that. I won't talk about it now, but I do have a solution.
On that issue, I've talked to security about loose dogs.
I'd love to talk to security about it. I'm going to tell you something right now. We've been told by security that a lot of these things he was not told was going to be his responsibility when he took the job. Now, I also would really like to put a stop to people driving from Blue Mountain, enter on our side, and they're fishing and swimming right away. They don't even belong here. We have asked more people, do you belong here? And when they say yes, where do you live? They're gone. So we have all kinds of to me, is a major problem, because if they cause an accident, they're home free. We have to have, for our UTVs and stuff, we have to show we have insurance on it. But if somebody's just out here riding around and he doesn't belong here, that could be a real problem. I'm moving fast because I would also think it would be a really good idea when people turn in a building permit and you approve it, if you would say to that individual, you need to make sure your contractors know what the rules are. We live on a curve, we have a whistle that runs under the road. It's been buried so many times, and frankly, we're the ones that are going out cleaning it up.
I can address all this.
And if we didn't do that the last time, we just said to heck with it and let it go. We ended up with a light in the middle of the road.
Everything you're bringing up is a legit rule and regulation. And so, I'm on your committee that's helping with those regulations.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, Chip.
We've been talking about all of this. Everything you mentioned is an existing rule. And we've been talking about how to enforce that and such. And the first line is going to be you have to get security involved so the citation can be issued.
Okay.
And then once the citation is issued, if they don't pay that, the board has meetings that are in bad standing and eventually gets turned over to the county.
Okay, I don't have much time. I'm just gonna tell you.
You're
By
out
the
of time.
time we called the security guard who was clear on the other side of the lake and have him come over and check out this little kid that's on this motorcycle, or these contractors, we have across the road from us, a power pole that is going to be replaced by the power line company because it is so rotten. And it is being held in place with a block. If anybody's interested in this, you can go by my house. We live on Hidden Valley Road. And if you watch to the north part of the road, you will see where that hole is. Where that hole is. And last week, one of those contractors with a big long trailer went clear over and missed that rock by that much. If he takes out that, if one of them take out that hole in one of those big long trailers, we're gonna be in big trouble. Our power is so long.
Sherry's up
I'm
now.
not trying to cut from you, but what I need to say is in a big reference to her.
Okay.
Cindy Spiker, Sugar Valley Lake. I'm sorry, Sherry. The reason I'm gonna say something is because there was an incident Saturday night with a young kid flying down our road, going probably 50 or so miles an hour, throwing rock everywhere and throwing rock up the hill. I did call security. It didn't do any good. No. It did not, ma'am, and I want the board to know what happened. I did not, no longer hear the truck. The rocks were being thrown up the hill. I was right there where we live. I called Mark Denman, never spoke to the man about anything before, and said, hey, we just have a kid that drove through here, and I think he stopped at the beach. And he was flying by our house, and he goes, well, I'm almost there. I said, well, you better put the in right here. And I pulled in, he pulled in, I pulled in, the kid was sitting in the truck, and all he did was walk up and say, slow down, bud. And I thought, oh, no. So me, I marked out of my truck. I lost my shit. I went in and I talked to Tracy because of what happened. I went off on this boy because I walked there with my granddaughters, and that kid has no right riding like that. 20 years old, he does not live out there, but Mark informed me that they do own property, so he can be out there. So he knew the kid, all right? Then, his parents, he just said they own property out here, and I said a lot of things, and I asked, where are your parents? And he goes, my parents. And I turned around to Mark like, what are we gonna do? He's 20, he doesn't own property, and he's driving like a batshit ass freaking hell down our roads that is not acceptable. And Mark never went back up to the truck. He stayed on the other side of the car, and I'm going off on this kid. So then I go back to get in my truck, and his little girlfriend walks up to the side mirror on the outside of his truck and is standing there laughing at what I had just said. So I got back out of my truck and I went back up to this kid. She does not live out there. She's 16 years old, and the kid driving the truck that does not own property says she's my guest. I again looked over and was like, what are we gonna do? She's 16. She don't even live out here. There's a truck full of kids that this chick was with, and there were two other boys in the front of the truck. Anyway,
Okay.
I'm just saying, call security, it didn't work. And then he proceeded, after I went off on this girl, he said, Cindy, that's enough, shut your fucking mouth. One of your employees, okay? If he would have just asked me to chill when I first went up there, I would have chilled and listened to what he had to say. But when all he said was slow down, bud, I lost it. Because I've got young grandchildren, and there's already been a kid that was run off the road at Sugar Valley Lake a few days prior.
Okay.
And I want to know his name. Did you ever,
I don't
was
have,
it, Raven?
I don't have his.
Is it?
Okay.
I would just like to say on the security side of that, I would just,
somebody needs to be responsible.
I would just like to say on the security side of that, if you call security, please let security do their job. You don't have to agree with the job that security is doing, but interfering with security.
You're out of line. Be quiet, please.
Interfering with what security is doing oftentimes does not help the situation.
I did not interfere with security. All security did, and this was before I approached the truck, was slow down, bud. And then he stepped back, and that's when I came up. So security did not handle the situation. Tracy did was gonna go over in protocol. And then when I went down there the next day, those kids were back.
Yeah.
And then when I went down there last night, they were up there talking about what happened on Saturday night.
Okay. When you call security, let security handle it. That's what we're at. Okay, thank you.
You have a final point. You have a final point. You're way over your 2 minutes from what you talked about. Do you have a final point?
She asked a question.
I just would like for someone to
Hold on.
address here.
He should not say
Quiet, please. She's talking right now.
I won't be talking long. I just want to say, these are very fine rules. They are. And I hope you can do something with them at Sugar Valley, because I don't see anything getting done at Hidden.
I think the important part is to call security.
I'm going to say this one more time.
If it doesn't work, he has management. There's other avenues to go if you don't feel he's doing his job
I live
correctly.
2 minutes from the exit. By the time he gets to my house, they're gone.
Okay, Becky.
As a property owner, if I have my if I am down here and I have my 20-year-old child with me, are they allowed to be down here with me?
Yes.
Yes, without you. Can they drive on the roads without me being in the vehicle with them?
Well, they're gonna have to. I mean, that's.
Licensed driver, yes.
Can they be going 50 miles an hour down the road?
Licensed driver,
yes. Little kids on motorcycles, no.
But in this instance, since he was down here and he's 20 years old and he says it's his parents' own property.
No, he didn't.
But his parents weren't there.
His parents
But he-
weren't
Weren't around.
But that's just what your answer is, that my 20-year-old kid could drive her property.
If you guys are down and your kid is with you, she can drive the car, yes.
I don't think we ever figured out if the parents were actually at the lot. They weren't with them. They weren't with them at the time.
So can I get my answer after everybody's being quiet?
Your question that you asked, if you're down and you have your 20-year-old kid with you, can your kid drive on the road? Licensed driver, yes. If you're not down and your 20-year-old kid's here,
18 is the cutoff.
It's actually up to 19 based on our regulations.
They can still drive on the road.
They can still drive on the road.
So they can
They
still
can
drive
still
on
go to the
road.
parking lot. They just can't use the facility.
They just can't use the
Park at
facility.
the beach all they want, right, Dave?
Yeah. Well,
So can we hold the parents responsible if their child is driving on our roads? For a fine for their child, for their guest speeding?
they would be considered a guest of the property owner, so I would say yes.
Okay, so can that child's parents be fined for speeding? Okay, is that child's parent going to be fined for that incident? That is my question.
We don't
know.
Well, it's a regulation though. You can fine for any regulation.
okay.
Violation of regulation.
That is my question.
Hey!
That is my question.
Sherry Nut, Sugar Valley Lake. Already going on my lake. Yay! Can I get my coffee next year?
So now what?
Start calling her Jolita too.
Okay, let's see. Let's start with Gates.
Start with what?
Gates would take care of her problem, our problem, everybody else's problem. But Gates does it. It's so long. I know, but still, Gates are gonna make a big difference.
But security's supposed to run them off.
Okay, shush, I'm talking. Okay, so the black trailer that's on Sugar Valley Lake lot, Mr. Crown's trailer, isn't it? Is it ever gonna get moved, or are we just gonna leave it there? Because if we are, can I bring my trailers up there and park them for free?
I've sent letters and contacted. I've sent letters to them.
Okay, so some of the letters aren't, I've been
Yeah, and they have
You're next.
gotten an incident report from security. If it's not moved by the end of the month, they will be receiving fines for it.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Next, I'm not done yet.
Almost.
What about the camper remote graveyard? I got all the information for you. Where's it going?
Well, you got all the information you could get,
Right.
but wasn't the information we need VIN numbers, and there were only about 3 VIN numbers. I talked to the attorney, I talked to him again tonight, he's working on it, but he hasn't got any solutions so far. I've got another attorney working on it that I know down here, haven't heard back from him, and we just talked about it and agree. I just need to go to the sheriff's department and talk to them, but they're gonna tell me that we need something to show that we've tried to contact these people, and then they'll declare them abandoned vehicles, and at that time, we can have the recycling people come and get it. They will come and get it if we can show them that they've been declared abandoned vehicles by the sheriff's department.
And how long does it take to get it to be declared a nuisance?
Well, again, the sheriff's department's not gonna do it if we can't show we've tried to contact them. How do we contact them if we only have 3 VIN numbers out of 17 vehicles?
Some of them had the person's name and address and phone number on it, and we
I
got
know,
all the licenses.
there's one that has a name and address on it. The 3 VIN numbers that are there, they're not in the state of Kansas. So the county, motor vehicle department, I went to them, they said we can't identify them because they're not the state of Kansas. They're somewhere outside
Right, they're outside the
Kansas.
state.
Right, so
And you can't go outside, we can't go outside.
they can't go outside.
Okay. Okay, and then the last one was the kid that's squatting on the Sugar Valley Lake lot. Are we gonna do something about it?
The
He's
what?
sitting there on a Sugar Valley Lake lot, not far from us, with a camper that he pulled in here that was ratchet strapped around the front because the roof's been built back.
given him an incident report and are finding him as well, and have been in contact with the owner.
Of the lot that he's supposed to.
The lot that he's supposed to
We're
be
gonna move him
on.
off that lot and put him over there with that camper that's tore up.
Well,
Trash.
I mean, we're not allowing that to go, but however, we're going to be fining.
Okay, okay, okay.
So,
Yeah.
Darren,
I got,
I'm sorry. Do you want to ask Darren about something?
yeah,
Darren.
Darren. That Darren. Hang on just a minute.
how close are you guys on the county stuff? As far as getting your bylaws and stuff changed?
It was presented to the commissioners on Monday, and it got tabled until May 30th.
That's gonna help us solve a lot of these problems once we get that in place.
But we cannot rely on the county to do it all, because the county did Pine Loop and they didn't get finished cleaning up. There's still trash all over. I mean, all I gotta do is rake, I mean, I'll be more happy to take my rake over there and rake.
That's association.
But that's the association thing. Yeah. So if we don't do our work, they're gonna quit doing their work.
Okay. All right, moving on.
This is on a different subject.
Good.
The parks need to be.
Name.
Jack Cuban,
Thank you.
Lake Sugar Valley. And, I would like to see the parks mowed a lot more, instead of the homeowners have to mow it. I pay my dues, I pay everything they need to take care of the park.
Parks. Park, P-A-R-K-S, parks.
I want to make sure you understand.
Joliet Park is to.
Go ahead, Julie.
Joliet Park, Sugar Valley. So back to the address you were talking about, Sherry. Is it the 742 West Sugar Lake Drive? I have no idea what that is. I just know that there's a work truck there that has a flat tire and it's trash. So when I looked up, the 742 West Sugar Lake Drive is owned by the association.
It is.
It is.
So is he on the association's lot?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what we're like, we were driving behind there, there's guys in there, I'm like, stop! So we had to talk to him, and he said that the owner's name is Crystal Gibson and Larry Gibson, is that correct?
Yes, then that is the lot right next to it, which
To
is
the east or west?
To the west.
to the west.
Okay, and then Billy, the co-worker, was on his way to meet Dennis, who was there, who was a family friend related to Larry.
Because that's his grandchild.
So since we talked to old Larry, Billy, whoever the frickin' names there are, because that's like Arkansas bullshit over there. On our way home, we will go, because we told the kid, the guy, we said, hey, you're squatting, get the F off our property. So we will go back and tell them to get the F off our property and move yourself to the west. Is that the west?
Yeah.
And then we have one lot? Yeah. Bullshit. He was waiting for the guy to get there to give him gas.
Shelley.
Back to Johnson County.
We all know I had a complaint last year. Sorry, everyone has complaints tonight. I just want on a positive note, I just want to say the positive things we've seen happening. I wish I could say it in Valley, but I'm never over here. And Sugar Valley has been amazing and it has been contagious. When you see staff management out cleaning tables with rags, people instantly are like, hey, we'll come, where's power washers? A gentleman instantly would come up to try to help Tracy. This wouldn't work. We ended up having one that did work. It's been contagious, positive. Everything that has been going on the last couple months has been amazing. I hope to see it continues. I'm sorry there have been complaints on the other ends. I also want to say on the security end, I have seen amazing strides. all kinds of things have been more under control than they were before. I know there's always complaints about all kinds of stuff. I just, on a positive note, I want everyone to know, I want the board to know, a lot of changes are being made. Y'all are doing awesome. Management is doing awesome. Security is doing awesome. People usually only want to. And I just want. Who takes the positive part about that? Who takes it? It's all looking great. Nope. For once.
Okay, I just only have one thing to say, I'm not here I'm just here on a committee, maybe, name, Sandy Thompson, Sugar Valley. Thank you. You and I had a conversation, it's a private conversation, making this short and sweet. Betrayed me, I'm now involved in some other parties. I am officially resigning from every committee I am on. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. So, please, leave me alone. If you ever see anybody my information again, you're already going to see what's going to come. I'm not afraid of you, and I do not trust you. I'm resigning effectively immediately. You have 30 days to fill all 3 committee positions. Sugar Valley, have a nice day.
Anything else? Yes, sir.
My name is Scott Stevenson, Sugar Valley Lakes. You guys said you was gonna open up the greens here in a few weeks and stuff like that?
She said that they're gonna be cutting
They're gonna
balls this
be-
next week.
Well, part of your green has no green at all.
Yes.
A lot of it. Your green that is growing, it is multi-level. It is not a cutting surface. Most of your grass that went on the greens are in front of the greens where the temporary greens are at. You can go up there and see it. It's already went to seed probably 3 times already this year. Most of your seed left the greens. I can't see them being open this year. I think if you keep your cause by what you've done, by opening them up prematurely. That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
I have one thing on this. Will it be checked again? I mean, I know you guys are concerned about those greens. Is it gonna be checked again after you open it up to see how they are?
He comes by
Yeah,
at least
he-
once a week, sometimes.
Yeah,
Okay.
he comes
3
by
times
once
a
a
week.
week. I was out on the golf cart with him, I don't know, yesterday or the day before. My days run together anymore. And we went out. So their plan is they're top dressing and then rolling them, which is gonna smooth them out and make, even where there's not grass level. And then as we continue to water and as the heat continues to rise, more of that grass is gonna spread.
Well, on that spraying of the grass, most of the greens have lightly been sanded. One has been just covered, where I can't even see how grass is going to get through it. I mean, it's just, you can't even see where the greens, you barely see where old existing turf is at. I think that's the 6th green. 7th green is probably the best green you guys have out there, but one green's not worth opening up all the rest of them. Really, I don't think, I think you're just beating the cause. I don't know.
Thank you. I don't know what about it.
That's why we have a guy taking
I mean,
care of that.
you could actually probably go to the sign-up paper and ask them people what they think on the.
Becky?
Quiet,
Quiet, please.
I just want to piggyback off the security comment. I've heard a lot of great things about security as well, and he's done a great job. I've heard a lot of positive, and he's always up and about and around, things like that. When we've been down, our kids have been out riding the golf carts and stuff. We were down last weekend, a couple weekends ago or whatever, and our daughter was with us, and he's actually stopped our daughter to make sure she was still enough to be driving, so that was pretty fun.
Not 12 years old.
She's 21.
Not 2 boys.
Yeah, not 2 boys.
Okay.
Yeah, she's 21. Yeah, he stopped her. So it was pretty great. I have to say he's out doing his job, so we appreciate it.
See, I've heard the opposite. That's just, you know, like.
Yeah.
Second.
Got a motion